pleasant morning to you all. Last class we had discussed about the different types of seeds. Today we shall discuss what is germination. We have also discussed that the fruit develops from the ovary and the ovule develops into seed. Now what is germination? The seed, when it grows into a new plant or seedling, is called as germination, and it requires certain factors or conditions for germination. Now, before the seeds undergo germination, they go through a period of inactive period that is called as dormancy. Clear? So what is dormancy? It is a period of inactive state of the seed before it develops into a seedling. Sometimes you may also wonder why a fresh seed do not grow into a new plant. We have the peas, gram seeds. You simply take those fresh seeds, green peas, and sow in the soil. It does not grow into a new plant. Why is it so? Because the seeds have to grow, that is, go through a brief period of dormancy so that they become, that is, they can undergo the physiological conditions which are required for germination, that is physiological maturity. Clear? Now what are the factors required for germination? Those factors are water, temperature and oxygen. These three are the main factors required for germination. Let us deal one by one. Now the first factor which is very important is water or moisture. You already know that you at home also you can have seen that when your mama in the kitchen soak the gram seeds, the rajma seeds overnight in water, it swells up. Clear? So the same thing happens in the seeds when they are sown in the soil. When they get enough moisture or water, that is what happens, the outside seed coat, it ruptures. First the seeds will swell up. How do the water enter? Through that opening called as micropyle. Clear? So what happens when the moisture or water enters through the micropyle, the seeds swell up and the seed coat, the outer seed coat, becomes softened and it ruptures and breaks. Clear? That is one of the most important factor why water is required for germination. Secondly, you know that water is essential for the various chemical reactions taking place inside the seed. What happens? The food that is stored in the cotyledon or endosperm, what happens? It is converted into dissolved or usable form so that the seeds can utilize and further growth can take place. Clear? Next important factor is temperature. We know that a suitable temperature is required for the enzymatic reactions taking place inside the cell. So seeds also require an optimum temperature. What is that? Normally it is, that is the room temperature between 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. Very high temperature, what happens? The enzymes are destroyed. So in that case, we find that the tissues of the cell, that is the seed, that get destroyed and therefore germination cannot take place. And also very low temperature inhibits. Inhibits means inactivates or lowers the enzymatic activity. Then also we find that germination cannot take place or it is lower. Lastly, the most important factor is air, that is oxygen part of the air. We know that all living organisms require oxygen for respiration. Why oxygen is required? For the breakdown or oxidation of food. So the seeds also, they require, that is the tiny embryo inside it requires energy so that rapid cell division and cell growth takes place. Cell division, cell multiplication and then cell growth. So for that energy is required and it is provided by oxygen which helps in the oxidation of food. Clear? Sometimes apart from these four factors, you find that light also plays an important role, not for all the seeds but some of the seeds. In those cases, those seeds are called as photoplastic seeds. Clear? Now sometimes you find that sometimes this question is asked, if the seeds are sown very deep in the soil, they fail to germinate even though the suitable conditions are there. It is because very deep down in the soil the seeds fail to germinate because they do not get enough oxygen, clear, to undergo respiration. And moreover, what happens, there is lack of sufficient force. What happens after the seeds germinate? The radical part, the embryo develops into radicle and plumule. The radicle grows towards the soil and forms the root system, while the plumule comes above the soil and forms the shoot system. So what happens if the seeds are sown very deep in the soil? They fail to germinate because there is lack of sufficient force for the hypocotyle or epicotyle to push the emerging radicle or plumule to come out from the surface of the soil, or the radicle to grow towards the gravity. Clear? Now there are few experiments to prove that why or how water, temperature and oxygen is essential or necessary for germination. Let me show you this experiment. So what do you find in this? In the first case, we want to prove that water is necessary for germination. For this, you take 2 beakers, got it? And then in beaker A, you place a wet cotton wool, clear, and place some pea seeds or gram seeds, clear. In the next beaker, what do you take? You take the cotton wool but do not wet it, clear, and just place the seeds on it. You have to take, what is a precaution? Equal number of seeds should be taken. Leave it for a few days. What do you find? That the seeds in beaker kept in beaker A germinates, while the seeds in beaker B do not germinate. Why is so? Because the wet cotton wool provided the required moisture or water for the seeds to germinate, and oxygen was already there and suitable temperature was there since it was kept in the room. Now next is how temperature is necessary for germination. You can take a beaker or you can take a petri dish. So you have to take 2 petri dish, mark it as A and B. Same procedure, you put some wet cotton wool on both. In this case, you don't have to take dry cotton wool. You can take the wet cotton wool and place equal number of pea or gram seeds. One you keep in the room temperature, one you keep it at a very cold temperature, that is, keep it in the refrigerator. What do you find? That is, after 1 or 2 days, you can find that the seeds, the radical coming out, that is, the seeds have germinated, while the one kept in the refrigerator do not germinate, proving that suitable temperature or the required temperature is necessary for germination. Next, we have how air or oxygen is necessary for germination. Clear? So in this case, what do? We take 2 conical flask, mark it as A and B. Here you take wet cotton wool, got it, and place it at the bottom of the conical flask, and then place some equal number of seeds in both. Clear? Now, before closing the conical flask with the rubber cap, you introduce a test tube, hang it with a thread, and in it you take plain water, and in this B conical flask you take a test tube filled with that is having some amount of pycrolic acid. What is the advantage or what is the function of this acid? It absorbs any oxygen present inside the conical flask. What we are going to prove? That air or oxygen is necessary for germination. So after a few days, what do we observe? That the seeds which were kept in the conical flask having the test tube with plain water germinates, because the seeds were kept at a suitable temperature. Water was also provided, moisture was there because of the wet cotton wool, and the air inside it had oxygen, which provided the suitable requirement of oxygen. Whereas in conical flask B, we find that since the oxygen was absorbed by the pergolic acid, the seeds could not get oxygen and therefore it failed to germinate. So these three experiments prove that suitable temperature, water and oxygen is required for germination. Clear? Let us go through the notes. Germination. What is it? You may be asked questions like what is dormancy? Why the seeds have to undergo a dormant stage before germination? Though they are said to be at rest, but within it certain activities takes place before physiological maturity takes place, and under conditions suitable for it, they start to germinate. The first sign of germination is the emergence of the radicle, which will develop into the root system. Then we have suitable conditions, water, temperature and air, that is oxygen. These are the external factors. Clear? As I said, sometimes light is also required. Those type of seeds are called as photoblastic seeds. Then you have other factors also, that such as pH, then the mechanical. Sometimes the seeds fail to germinate even though the conditions provided to it are there. That may be due to that is presence of inhibitors as well as mechanical aberrations, barriers. So you in the question, you may be given the experiment and may be asked which is the experimental setup, which is the control. So the control setup have all the conditions similar to the experimental setup except the one which forms the case study. If you have any queries, any doubts, write in the comment section. Take over.